It says it's live according to OBS. Oh, YouTube's doing something. YouTube is doing something. It's receiving my content. You are now live. OBS. Oh, YouTube's doing something. YouTube is doing something now, yeah. Cool, I have up to 1080p quality. That's awesome. Hopefully people will find this video and then join me in a nice little chat. Where is the link to this? Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on, I gotta remember how to do this. Someone join me. Greetings, fellow individual. Salvador, hello. Oh, that's what I was gonna do, is put the chat up on the thing. Let me see if I can do that. That'd be a good idea. I'm gonna break everything, I can tell. Is there anything incriminating up on this? No. Let's see if I can change this. Hello, greetings. I'm gonna see if I can get the live chat up on the screen, because that would be awesome. I just don't remember how to do it. Select region. This region. Press enter or click out the... I want to select the region. Hold on. I haven't used OBS in a while. Oh, okay. I'm a dumb shit. Oh. Da 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 da. Wait, I got a better idea. I'm going to put this right here so I have access to my main screen. I can keep Photoshop open, select the region. Wait, shit. Hold on. I got this, guys. I'm a professional. I swear to you. Promise. There we go. Okay, hold on. I got this. I got this. In case you just now joining me, I'm getting the live chat up so people can see it, so I'm not just reading to myself, because that's totally weird. So there we go. Enter. Yeah, totally. Let's see if that works. Maybe. Wait, hold on. It's gotta go up above. Crap, hold on. Feel free to ask me anything, and as soon as I get this thing working, I'll respond to things. I just gotta get it working. Oh my god. See, this is what professionalism is, everyone. I swear to you. This is top-notch professionalism coming from yours truly. There we go. My god. Okay. Yes, perfect. Oh, God damn it. Let's see what happens now. Will it work? Probably not. Salvador, I have the FT5 from when you had to pre-order them. I haven't gotten around to get it up and running yet. What upgrade should I do? Don't do any upgrades yet. Just build the thing stock, and then see what you got to do. Build it stock, because some people do upgrades to things that don't need it. So just build it stock and then address issues if there are any. More than likely, if anything, you may want to upgrade the extruder, maybe the bed, depending on if you need it or not. The only real thing is, there's mods like the dual end stop mod is awesome, but it's not really necessary. So my best advice is build it completely stock first, see what's not working right or whatever, and go from there. So Scott, good work. Dustin, appreciate your videos. Thank you. I'm glad that my videos are helpful to someone. Why is this not working? Ha 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 ha. Does the FT5 build require soldering? Yes. Right now it does. We're trying to make it to where you don't have to have a lot of soldering involved. So, like, the bed still needs to be soldered, but we're working on it coming with a pre-soldered connection. And there's a few other things I think that still need it, like extending wires and stuff like that, but nothing that's really intense, you know. So, but yes, it does require soldering, and that is a good skill to learn. So if you don't know how to solder, I do recommend doing it, because it's a good thing to know how to do, especially if you're playing with 3D printers. But yeah, is there a set date for the CNC? Not that I am aware of. John just got a bunch of people to do beta testing for it, like not just me, like a number of like users like you guys. So depending on how that goes, they'll finalize the build guide. I'll make a couple videos. I'm sure they will too. And then it'll be released. So I imagine it will be soon, but I do not have a final date. I usually don't learn things until everyone else does, to be honest. So, or if not, then like right before. Like, I didn't know the FT5 was released until it was announced until John announced it on the Facebook page. Like, I didn't know it was going to be announced that day. So, just ordered the FT5. Do you need a tester for the next version of the build manual? I don't think so. When the new manual goes out, actually, when you get it, if you want to, on the Folger Tech Facebook group, talk to or tag Chris Menchian, one of the admin of the group. He, if usually he's able to get the newest build guide that they're working on. So whatever they have is the newest at the time. See if you can ask him. He might be able to send it to you if it's newer than what's available already. So, firmware communicating but LCD blank and no temp reading. No temp reading. Oh no. What was that? Oh. LCD screen blank and no temp reading. If there's no temp reading, like if you're not getting a temperature reading on anything, then that's not good. Then that's probably some issue with the board, or unless you have two faulty thermistors, which is usually unlikely. If you're not getting any sort of temp reading, then there might be something either wrong with the board or something's not connected correctly at all whatsoever. Something like that. That's what I would imagine it is. Not a just some simple thing. LCD screen being blank, that usually is also an issue with firmware. Also, check there's a little potentiometer on the back of the LCD screen. Make sure that you've adjusted that, because that's the contrast, and if it's adjusted all the way one way or the other, then it won't work at all. Yeah, yeah, that's what I would try. Adjust the contrast, and if you should see like boxes appear or words if it's working. But the temp reading makes me think that it's probably like maybe a deeper firmware issue. So I'm not entirely sure about that. Let me see if I can get this thing to freaking work. Why does the monitor capture not worky? Sorry, I really want the monitor capture to work so you guys can actually see the comments, people who are watching this afterwards. If my thing goes blank, don't worry. I'll be here and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I'm gone. There we go. So that works. Son of a gun. Question about the X-axis rail. I've noticed recently that my extruder carrier has a bit of play in the Y direction, meaning you can rotate the assembly in a tiny bit around the rail. Normal. A bit of play in the Y direction. Like or the extruder, like it's actually got play in the slider itself. Yeah, slider's loose on the rail. I wouldn't say it's normal, but it's, Probably has probably something to do with wear and tear. If it's not like a severe amount, like the thing's not falling off, then it shouldn't be too big of an issue. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's normal. Like, it's gonna happen. I mean, over time it is. It's gonna wear out over time, but I wouldn't say that that's necessarily normal completely. It depends on how much play it is. If it's just like a little bit, then you shouldn't really have any issue. You shouldn't have an issue anyway, as long as it's not breaking. You know what I mean? So I would keep an eye on it, and if it gets worse or something is going bad, then it might have something to do with a number of things. You may want to check if you saw my video about the 2 screws that you loosen on the side of the slider. If you did that, you may have loosened it too much, and now something's not working right. So you may want to tighten those a little bit. That might help it grab a little bit better. But that's just a guess, in my opinion. Why can't I get this to work? Opacity. See, this was just working. What if I add monitor capture, subregion, select region. This is going to be a stream of just trying to get this chat to show up in the video. That's all it's going to be. You watch. There you go. Oh, killed everything again. There's the chat. Oh my god. Okay, let me figure out how to move this now. Move to bottom. Move to right edge. Yay, now you guys can see the thing. Woo, that's the live chat. I'm so happy now. Okay, now I have to find where the heck the stream link is so I can post this on the Facebook group. Holy crap. I'm such a professional. I'm using OBS because OBS is awesome and it's free and it's easy to work with. It's just for whatever reason it was causing me issues. I'm not a fan of any sort of software that's paid in general. So OBS works great. Like, I've never had I use it for anytime you see my videos where I'm at my computer or I'm desktop recording, it's all OBS. Super simple, just hit recording, streaming. Like, I just click a button and everything's working. In this case, I wasn't prepared to try to get the chat up, so that's why it was causing issues. But it's all good. What the crap? No, I don't think I can allow. I was about to say, if someone who's watching this can paste the link in the chat, but I don't think it'll allow you to paste links. Because I, for whatever reason, can't. Wait, hold on. I got this. Wait, I just killed everything. Hold on. I gotta remember not to do that. Let me open up a new tab. Okay, there. I won't kill anyone now. God, I'm such a professional. Alrighty. Now, let's copy. And paste. Oh, damn it, everyone. Hold on. I need to remember that I have... I completely forgot that I have Facebook open. Son of a gun. I don't think you guys saw anything important. Actually, no, you probably didn't. If you did, it's my friend's birthday today. That's like the only thing that's right there. It's incriminating. Let's share this so we can get people going. Feel free to ask questions. It doesn't matter what it is. 3D printing, me, I don't know. Anything, really. .3D printers, 3D printing. Or whatever. Post. Why is the sky blue? Light, basically. The way light reacts with the atmosphere and bouncing off of things. And I'm pretty sure there's a Vsauce video about it, so go ahead and watch that because, Michael Stevens is much better at explaining things than I am. It's got something to do with that, though. It's all just light. That's why any color is the way that it is. It's just how light is reflecting off of that surface and how it's absorbed and reflected, all that kind of stuff. So, essentially, if everything in the world was all the same material, it would all be the same color. And also, what is blue? Because what is blue to you might not be blue to me, especially if you're colorblind or have some sort of colored thing. Our rods and cones are all different. The sky might be red or purple to someone else. What is blue? There's an existential crisis going on in my brain. I've had a long day. Oh, God. I'm so happy that I got this thing working now. It's look, you can see my mouse. What I should have done if I was intelligent is moved it off to a different screen, but that's too easy. Oh my God! Everyone showed up now. There you go. That's awesome. Let me turn that down because I probably should. What's your primary use of printers? Print random things mainly. Well, I guess with Folger Tech, I do testing. So I will test their printers through whatever tests, testing new firmwares, testing filaments, stuff like that, or try to torture test the thing. But everyday usage, I really just print practical things, and that's really it, like wire management or, things like that. I don't usually print models and decorative things except for benchies, because benchies are awesome. So, but for the most part, as for someone who works for a 3D printing company and has 5 3D printers just sitting here, I probably use my 3D printers the least amount than anyone. Like I probably, over the past 2 or 3 months, I've probably used my printers to make videos more than actually print things. But that's just me, and that changes. Sometimes I do make money occasionally on them. If someone says, "Hey, can you make me this, and I'll give you this," or whatever. Occasionally I'll do that, but I'm not running like a business or anything like that, like some people do, where you're just like, I'm not on 3D Hubs or anything. Actually, I have an account, but I'm not like registered as a 3D printer. I could be. My printers are tuned well enough. I just haven't actually done it. So, Hey, Marco, what's up? Yeah, I don't like thinking. Yeah. Hashtag color theory. Quick, go on Twitter. Hashtag color theory. At DJCDude95. Follow me on Twitter. Yeah, there's a live chat now. Rayleigh scattering. Yeah, that sounds familiar. That sounds like something that we were talking about, like the light thing. I'm not a physicist. I know quite a number of physicists. I am not an expert in that type of thing. As much as I enjoy it, I love physics and all that. I don't remember things off the top of my head and able to explain things. So, Ryan, what tests can I run to determine if my firmware or hardware is the problem? What you can try is upload the firmware again. And if you're getting 0C on, like if you're connected to Repetier or something like that and you're getting 0C for both thermistors, check the thermistors. Use a multimeter, set it to like 200k ohms. Check the resistance. They should be about 100k ohms. Then look at your board, make sure they're wired on the correct pins. Make sure you're using the right firmware. If you've got like a Prusa 2020, then make sure you're using the LCD firmware. If you have like FT5 or any of the other ones, then the LCD is already enabled. It should be. And then if the LCD is lit up, it's just not showing anything, then the cable should be fine, and it's more than likely just a board or firmware issue. If there's nothing, if the screen's not lighting up at all, there's no backlight or anything, then you flip your cables around See if that helps. If not, there's little tabs on the ribbon cables. I don't have any to show you, but there's little tabs on one side, and that's supposed to key it in. You can cut off those tabs with a little razor blade and then flip the whole cable or one end of the ribbon cable around and plug it in, just to see if there was some weird issue with the pinouts from the factory or something like that. But if you actually have a thing lighting up, the screen's lighting up, then that shouldn't be the issue. But you basically just kind of have to play with it, see what happens. So I hated art class. I liked art class, but the last art class I had was 7th grade, and they got rid of art in general. I had it. There was an art class in high school, but I didn't take it because it wasn't really art class. Like, the teacher was really good at it, but nobody took art class to do art. They took it because it was an easy A, and they could just sit around and not do anything. So I never actually took it. I was doing digital design and Photoshop and all that kind of stuff. That's where I got my certification in Adobe stuff. So that's cool. One of my KFL08 bearings is completely frozen. Is it safe to hit it with a punch and break it loose? What do you think? Which bearing is that? I really should learn all these bearings by name so I know exactly which one you're talking about, but I can never remember. Those ones. Yeah. What you can do is you can put like a screwdriver into the bearing and then just hold on to it and like work it loose. You may need to add like a little bit of lubricant or something in there. You can just stick it in there and work it loose, and then that should be fine. If you want to hit it with a punch, feel free, but that shouldn't break anything. Dang it, Marco. I was about to turn that off. Hold on, I got this. Nah, screw it. Everyone, that Facebook ping, blame Marco. Blame Marco for that. If he does it again, I'm going to have to turn off the system sounds. Okay, I'm going to have to turn off the system sounds if you do that, Marco. I swear to you. Why is it whenever you are streaming, I'm working on a router design? Did you get the... No, Marco, I didn't get the ZYL Tech filament. It should be coming tomorrow, I think. Yeah, I think it's coming tomorrow. So, I'll have to... I'll let you know how that goes. I ordered some of that ZYL Tech filament. It's like $11 or something like that on eBay, and apparently it's amazing. So I'm going to see how that goes tomorrow. It's a cloner. The cloner should have it if it's the dual firmware, the duals firmware. Otherwise, for the cloner firmware, if you want to. If you go on to if you go onto the Folger Tech Facebook group, in the files, I believe I have a cloner firmware uploaded that's based on RC6 of Marlin, and that shouldn't have any issues. So you may want to try that too, because the original cloner firmware is kind of old. So you may want to try in the files on the Folger Tech Facebook group, see if the V6 firmware works any better for you. It might just be some weird firmware issue. Otherwise, if you want, you can message me, or if you've messaged me on the Folger Tech support thing, I'll get to you and when I get done with this stream, or tomorrow morning, and I'll send it to you there. If I've already said that, then I'm sorry. I don't remember doing it. How do I deal with bent smooth rods? You can bend it back, usually, or at least attempt to. It depends on how bent it is. If it's slightly bent, then it's usually not too big of an issue. But if it's severely bent, then, you can usually bend them back to some degree, though. I've seen people do it before. I haven't checked on the Google Drive yet. Is there a set of Slicer profiles available for the FT5? Let me check. I don't believe so. Pardon my sneeze. Let's see, FT5. FT5 Merlin firmware. No, there's nothing on there. If you have, is it Cura or is it Simplify 3D that has the FT5 the preset now? One of them has a preset. So You can use that if you'd like. Otherwise, the stock settings that are listed in the thing are pretty decent. For the most part, you can just kind of, just kind of go for it. It's pretty easy to. I keep losing everything. It's pretty easy to figure out what settings. Just kind of set the actual stock settings in most slicers are pretty decent. And then you just want to mess with it. I believe there's a bunch of especially on the Facebook group. I believe there's a number of things you can do, or there's a number of presets people have posted on there, and you can follow that, and that should work fine. So we go back up here real quick. What strings do you have on the guitars? I would like to say Dunlop, so you're happy about that, but no. Ernie Ball on most of them. I believe I do have a pair of Dunlop strings on one of them, but I don't remember which one it is. Maybe the 8 string? I can't remember. But I've been using Ernie Ball strings since I started playing guitar. And I'm trying to remember. There's one set that a donation. Thank you. I've never gotten a donation before. You're wonderful. Thank you, kind sir. You're the best person I've seen all minute. Like, seriously. All stream, I would say. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, it's all Ernie Ball strings, basically. But I believe there is a Dunlop set on one of them. I just can't remember which one it is. So, I need to make this chat thing bigger. Hold on. Pop-out chat. If I do pop-out chat, it's going to ruin the placement. All right, everyone. The chats might disappear for a little bit. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, it's going to disappear. Hold on. Let's do this, and let's extend that. Oh, yeah. Now we're printing with fire. Oh, my God. Okay. Now I got to change the thing because I messed it up. Nope, I gotta change it to monitor 3. Select the region. Go over here. I need to cut out that link so people don't break things. Yeah. There we go. Let's see if that worked. Maybe. Probably not. No, it did. Did it? I'm very confused. Oh, I'm an idiot. Hold on. God. Move to left edge. Hold on. Position size. Move to right edge. Move to bottom. There we go. Oh my God, I'm such a moron. So I will have to look all the way over here. That was a really bad choice on my part. Hold on. I'm going to fix one more thing. Oh crap, I can't put that in there. Let me fix one more freaking thing. Oh, is there anything incriminating on there? No. Here's Streamception. Oh, God. I can just do that. That makes my life so much easier. Okay. I'm back, everyone, and now I can actually see the chat. Okay. Like I said, thank you for the donation. You're great. And I believe that's untaxed and YouTube doesn't take it, so ha! Anyway, ZYL. That print great. Awesome. Scott Leonard, UC Hobby King had a filament sale. $4.99 per kilogram. Ooh. No, I didn't. Actually, yes, I did. I saw that. I think the main 3D printing group went crazy about that, and I wasn't paying attention to it. So, I am not in absolute need for filament right now. So it's fine. So, bless you. Marco from the past. Yes, I did. Both S3D has an FD5 preset, but I don't have it yet. S3D is really awesome. It's hard for me to say that it's hard for me to say that it's worth $150, but it certainly is good, you know. So taking the street. Yeah, the glorious PC Master Race. May your frame rates be high and temperatures low. I've had the shirt for a while. Yeah, I thought Kura had an FT5 preset. I mean, it's simple enough to make set up your printer on whatever slicer you have, as long as you're careful. Yeah, Philip, go ahead and send out. I'm pretty sure I put out a link, but go ahead and put out another one if I didn't. I'm pretty sure I did though. Congrats on 1.5K. Yeah, 1,500 subscribers on this channel. It's higher than that now, but that was Skype. Oh, just a Skype notification, not someone actually cares about me on Skype. Yeah, I'm at like, what am I at now? Will it break everything? No. I'm at 1,546 subscribers. And you know what, guys? This is awesome. I'm at 199,963 views on my videos, like lifetime views. I'm, 37 views away from 200,000 views on my channel. That's awesome. Like, that's pretty cool. So I'm excited about that. That should be happening like today, probably in the next couple hours. So I'll have to check that in a little bit. That's really cool. So this is kind of like a 200,000 views celebration kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. Super chat, YouTube takes 30%. You son of a bitch. I mean, I understand that. Like, I think the original donation thing, they weren't taking anything, and they were realizing they were losing a lot of money. So, it happens. I haven't been impressed with S3D. Why? Like I said, it's hard for me to say that it's worth $150, because you can get pretty decent prints with Repetier or Kura or something like that. But it is nice. Especially the custom supports thing. I really like using that because supports are just stupid in most programs. So the custom support thing's pretty nice, especially when I'm lazy and don't want to actually model in support for something. So let me see. Yeah, I should probably tweet out this too. Twitter. If you guys should follow me on Twitter. I don't really post on there very often. It's just my YouTube channel automatically does it, so I am live streaming now. Hashtag live stream. Hashtag 3D printing. Hashtag. Tweet. Boom. I am a slacker and haven't invested the time. Repetier Hostess works for me. Yeah. Repetier is awesome. It's simple, but it works really well. So I should probably check my things. There we go. Watch, I'm gonna get like 10,000 people all of a sudden watch this stream for no apparent reason. I feel you should have the printers working in the background for this. Yeah, probably. I think I don't need anything, and I don't like, because I don't do filament testing or filament reviews. Like a lot of people, you watch like the live streams, or Dustin Phillips or anyone else who does live streaming. They have their printers running. They're like, oh yeah, I'm printing some test for some filament and seeing what it is or some thing I'm making. I don't usually print anything unless I need something, so I don't really have anything desperately in need of right now. I do have an idea of something I need to print, but I haven't actually made it yet, so It would just be wasting filament. Just here's making a 50-time benchy, on the 55. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I have a Twitter. I've had a Twitter. Where have you been? Well, I don't advertise it really. So I remember my old videos. I used to say, "Follow me on Twitter if you wanna," blah blah blah, whatever. But I haven't done that in a while. So why don't you see if you can join the Friday night 3D printing chat? I would probably do that, but the thing is I work Friday. I work Friday nights. I don't know what time it starts. I don't really watch other people live streams all that often. I watch Dustin Phillips' Wednesday show because it's nice as long as I'm here. I watch Joe Mike Terranella, his new thing that he started on Monday. I watched that. I was talking to him about maybe joining him on it for a couple episodes or something. That would be pretty cool. But the 3D the Friday night 3D printing chat, I've only watched like a couple minutes of it, and it's just, for me, when it's like a bunch of people just chatting, it's hard for me to focus. Like, I lose interest, even if it's someone that I enjoy or whatever. It's just like, oh, I'm just like, it's hard for me to pay attention to, just watching so many people do this, talk about whatever, especially when some of them I don't know who they are. So it's just, I'd rather just sit and watch Duresta videos or something. Or AVE videos. Those videos are great. But yeah, I work Friday nights. I usually pretty much every week I close at work Friday nights. So that's why I don't do anything Friday nights. Philip, you're always at work. Do you work night shifts? I'm pretty sure you've told me that before, but you're like always at work late at night. So yeah, Joe has he's got 2 folder check machines. So I was talking to him the other day about it. If he wanted me to join one of his streams, then I totally could. And he was like, yeah, we'll figure out how to do that, make it nice. So yeah, working sucks. That's why I just go to college. I'm doing both. So yeah, it's been better this semester. I took online classes only, so I didn't have to worry about driving 45 minutes to school. But my first 2 years, I was going 5 days a week, driving 45 minutes one way to school 5 days a week from like 9 in the morning till like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And then Friday nights, I'd have to drive from there and be at work at 6. And then I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Lowe's. So that was terrible. Now it's not so bad because I took the semester's over now, so now I'm just bored the whole summer. But I have plans. We'll just say that. So we'll have some fun this summer. Do whatever. But yeah, it's working on the weekends when all of your friends don't work on the weekends. It's like, I gotta go to work. I gotta be there. I gotta I gotta close tomorrow till 10, and then open at 7 on Saturday in a department that I'm not an actual associate in, which is fine. It's electrical, so I'm capable of it. If you ever see me in the Lowe's that I work at, be happy because you'll actually get decent service because I know what I'm talking about 90% of the time. So don't just be like, oh, well, I'm not 100% sure. Most things I know, so you'll actually get service. It's like, oh, I don't know where that is. Let me call a manager. That's how other stores and all that is. But for me, it's like, I pretty much know where everything is in the store. Go ahead. Anything that you know that would be at a Lowe's, just write it in the chat, and I'll tell you what aisle it's in my store, assuming I know what it is. Don't say something like a flux capacitor, like, something you know that it's a Lowe's. I'll tell you what aisle it's in. Go ahead. Challenge me. Challenge accepted. But then again, I've been working there for 3.5 years. It's been more than that? More than 3.5 years now. Mirror tiles. In my Lowe's, it's in aisle 41 at the very back on the right-hand side, right past the window tint. So, Ha! Propane regulator. It's in for a grill or for like propane torches. If it's for propane torches, it's in aisle 71 in tools. If it's for a grill, it's over in seasonal in aisle 26. T-square and tools on the front wall, aisle 59, second bay, halfway down, about waist high. You'll see all the T-squares over there. I work in tools mostly, so I know tools really well. And they changed the design of it too. Like the original layout of Tool World was some weird thing, and I got used to that for 2-3 years. And then they just recently changed it to some other thing, some other design. So it's taken all of us a while to actually learn where everything is, because they hate us apparently. I do like the new layout though; it looks better. But it just took a little bit of a time to adjust to where things should be. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't play around. I'm a decent employee. I'm a decent customer service associate. I'm telling you, like, I don't just know where things are. I'm not just there to screw around and say, "Oh, I don't know. Let me get someone who knows." Like, I've made an effort to learn where everything is, so I'm actually helpful to some people. Because it's weird. Because for me, I don't like I don't like getting service in places unless it's absolutely necessary. So I just like to go into a store and not be bothered and just go find what I want and be happy. Like, for me, if I go into a store I've never been in, I'll go and find like one of their store maps on their website and find what I'm looking for on there, and so I know what I'm doing when I go in there. Whereas some people just, I have no idea what project I'm doing, but I need to do everything in the next 10 minutes. Can you help me with everything? And those are the people I deal with on a regular basis. So, excuse me, sir, where's the bathroom? The restrooms are in the front of the store, right past register 4. There's a big ass sign that says restrooms, and if you miss it, I don't think you need to go that bad. They taught me when I worked at Home Depot, don't point. Walk them to the item or the person working in the department. Yeah, we try to do that. Sometimes it's not possible, especially if you're really, really busy. If you're like going person to person to person, it's impossible to just go, yeah, come with me. Let's walk across the entire store and have a conversation. If I'm not busy, I'll do that, especially if it's, someone who I think needs more help than just showing them where it is. But otherwise, sometimes you're just like, it's over and I'll be as specific as I can. Like, it's in aisle 41, halfway down, left-hand side, waist high, like right in the middle of the thing. And usually that's good enough for most people, but it depends on the situation. You want to be as good as you can be, right? And most of my coworkers are decent enough to be able to do the same thing. So, come on, guys. We got 14 people watching this. That's 4 more than I think the max was last week. So, that's pretty good. Hope you guys are all having a good night. I realize that Thursday is probably the best night for me to do streams. If I wanted to do regular streams, this is probably the best time to be able to do it. I don't think there's any like 3D printing live streams on Thursdays, and I'm just doing it for the fun of it, just to talk to you guys and say hi and have something to do at 10 o'clock. I don't know if this will become regular, but maybe every so often. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. So, Jonathan, what's up, man? How you doing? We had a bunch of employees at the store did $1 million a day. $1 million a day? Holy crap. Yeah, we don't do that. Holy shit. $1 million a day. We don't make anywhere near that. We might make, well, I think we're lucky if we make $1 million in a week. Like, and our store is the best-selling store in our region. So, What is on aisle 41 in the middle of the wayside? That's the glass tiles. They're over in aisle 41 in home decor. At the very end, right-hand side, the last bay, about waist high. Although apparently they're moving them, so they might be on the back wall if you're going there in the next couple of days. like where they have the actual framed mirrors and all that. I think they're going to move them over there. But last time I bought them, they're not for everyone. Hey, what has four wheels and flies? Four wheels and flies. A broken down truck with a dead body. Boom. They said, message retracted. Oh, I don't know. We were the highest volume in the country. 89 out of 90 in San Diego. Oh. Yeah, San Diego sounds like it'd be a popular place for a Home Depot. That was terrible. Dual end stop switches versus Link Z motors. Both work. It depends on if you can get the... as long as you're able to get a timing belt and the parts you need to make the Link Z motors thing work. That was my original idea. Like, that was my original what I wanted to try to do because that made sense. But then when I found out that the firmware is capable of dual end stops, I was like, well, I have all the parts for that already, and it doesn't seem like it's that complicated. Whereas if I wanted to do the Link Z motors, you need to take the things off, and you have to, because it's a loop, a closed loop for the belt. So that would be complicated to have to take the lead screws out and feed it in there and that kind of thing. I don't want to mess with that. So both will work. I don't see an issue, but I think for me personally, the dual end stops is a little bit easier, assuming that the firmware works for you, which it seems to be working for some people and others not so much. I don't know why. It's just weird. F5. Jonathan, what's the answer? I want to know. I designed a bolt-on mod that does not require taking apart the FD5. Would like you to test it. Ooh. Is it the one that was posted on the Facebook group? You can't post links in the chat, so I don't think you can. I think I saw someone's post. Hold on. A garbage truck. See, I was close. What has four wheels and flies? A garbage truck. I was close. I said a old truck with a dead body. Come on. I'm not wrong. I'm not in the same brainwave as you. Where's the search button? Oh, there it is. God. Yeah, I posted it. Okay. Bannett. I have animals as leaders in my head right now, so. Oh, that one. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. That thing's awesome. The only thing is I don't have any belt. I don't have any timing belt for it. But yeah, that thing, I saw that yesterday. That thing looked really cool, Kelly. That's really cool. What is that, like a dual the pulley? Is it like a dual leveled pulley, or is it like just two pulleys that are glued together or something? I can't tell from the video. See, as cool as that looks, it just looks a lot more complicated than just adding like an end stop and a motor wire. But yeah, that is really cool. I'm gonna like it. Yeah, my answer's what clock is now? I'm assuming what time is it? It is 10:23 p.m. where I live. If that's a joke, what clock is now? Clockwork Orange. Okay, that's the only answer I got. Two toothless idle pulleys using a 760mm loop belt. Okay, that doesn't seem too bad. It's still, I do like how it was implemented. It looks really cool. And I do like how it's got the adjustment to be able to adjust the tension and all that. In Romania, it's 5. Fuck. Why did that make me laugh? I'm assuming in Romania it's 5 o'clock. Understood. 5 a.m.? Yeah, that's about right. Wow. be getting up right now. Which begs the question, why are you awake? Have you just stayed up all night, or... My thought was to eliminate one of the motors, just time the screws. Yeah, you could do that. The only problem is I think the motor, just running on one motor might not have all the strength necessary to lift the bed efficiently, especially if you have the CNC mod when it, when you add on, if you were to add on the CNC mod when that is out, that does add quite a bit of weight to the bed. So I wouldn't want to trust one stepper motor for the whole Z. So 30 cows in a field, 28 chickens. How many didn't? I know the answer to that, and it's not a good joke when it's typed out. That's one of those jokes that you that's one of those jokes that you have to like say. It's not as good when it's typed out, but 10 is the answer. So, has anyone tried RGB mod? I'm going to try that. I've seen people add RGB lighting to all the printers. Just hook it directly up to the power supply. Works great. It's 12 volt, 12 volt, 12 volt. That's all you got to worry about. Marco, I just want you to know that as you are designing your CNC, that I am now thinking about you making your CNC. So now you're having some sort of existential crisis as you're designing it, listening to me tell you that I'm knowing that you're designing it. Have not slept all night, and in 2 hours I have to go to school. I hate when that happens. It's terrible. Sometimes that usually happens when I have to go to work. It's awful. Like I have to be there at 7 a.m. or something like that, and it's like 5 and I haven't slept yet, and I was like, I hate that so much. Also, most people put the FT5 together following the directions, and linked Z does not require you take it apart. Yeah, now that I saw your video, I understand what you were doing, and yeah, I don't have to take anything apart, so it makes sense. I was thinking of a different, like actually linking the lead screws, not at the motor pulleys. So yeah, I understand. That makes sense. So what I was saying, like on the motor pulleys, are those like dual sized pulleys, or are those like just two glued together, the ones that are actually mounted on the motors? That's what I'm wondering. RGB mod is referring to the addition of RGB controllable LEDs to your printer frame. It seems like an overly explained thing. Come on, Philip. It's 2017. Everything needs RGB. You know this. Like, they literally have pillowcases now that have RGB lighting in it. Like, holy crap. Are you looking at WWE? I'm not looking at WWE. I haven't watched WWE wrestling in years. I think I was in middle school when I last really paid attention to it. So, like around the time Donald Trump was doing his whole takeover thing. It was around then. One motor has plenty of power. It will hold a good amount of weight. It can hold more than enough for many people unless you are printing 11 copper fill objects. Yeah, 11 by 11 by 14 copper fill. You'd have to replace, if you were doing it like a solid cube that size, you would just have to, that'd be insane. Like, that would be crazy. Can you imagine like how many rolls, how much that would cost for just like basically a solid copper thing? That'd be crazy. Double-ended pulleys. Okay, that makes sense. Adios, Jonathan. Thank you for visiting. Randy Orton or John Cena? John Cena's cooler, I think. Randy Orton's a badass, but John Cena's cooler when you can find him, because you can't see him. Or for level 3 communications, 10 gig data or backbone. I got 2 4K monitors at work. I have three 1080p monitors in front of me. Boom. And a 1 gigabit network system in my room. 15-meter spool of RGB. Yeah, do that. Do basically just take any of the 2020 extrusion you can see on your printers or whatever printer you have. Just line the whole thing with RGB LEDs. Just do that. It'll be awesome. Can you imagine? It'll be great. $200. Yeah, that's about right. $200 just for a solid cube of basically copper filament. That would be ridiculous. 1080p monitors on my home internet, which is about average, and it's showing. Undertaker or Brock Lesnar? See, I stopped watching when Brock Lesnar came back in. So I would. Didn't they actually fight at the one of them? I don't remember. Didn't they fight recently? Whoever won that, I don't remember. Wish I could get 3 monitors working on my R9 280. It refuses to see the third. Yeah, I heard that was an issue. But before I went to 3 monitors, I upgraded to a 970. So I had a 280 before, and it was pretty good. But that was only I was just using one monitor. Then I went to the 970, the NVIDIA 970, and then I started using 3 monitors, which is nice. It's not really I don't really need it. I will say for productivity, it's awesome because I can have like Facebook open on one monitor, and then I can have Premiere Pro, the editing sequence part of it in the middle screen, and then I can have the like the whatever the hell it's called, the program monitor, the actual video itself in one screen, so I can have all that open. Or if I'm making music, I can have, and when I have Reaper open, I'll have like the main track editing on one screen, and then I'll have the faders and everything on the other screen. So it's really nice. And then I have a third screen to do what else I'm doing if I'm watching YouTube videos, multitasking, and all that kind of stuff. So I love 3 monitors. And it's my favorite part is when I'm playing a racing game, I have the full surround for racing games. That's mainly why I bought it originally. So, because trust me, racing in an Indy car with one screen is the scariest crap. So having 3 screens makes death much less prevalent. So we should get 3 monitors. I have 4 1080 at home. You should see my desktop, the amount of windows I have. Philip, you seem like the kind of person that opens up Google Chrome and it automatically opens 60 different tabs just because. This year, Undertaker withdrew from wrestling for losing to Roman Reigns. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I haven't really been paying. Like I said, I haven't paid attention to WWE in a while, so. Nice. Wish I could afford 3 monitors to set on FT5 instead. Actually, my 3 monitors were like $100 each. Yeah, something like that. Because I had one already, and that's from like when I originally built my computer. And then I got another one. I actually went to, what did I do? I went to Best Buy, and they had a sale on one of the monitors, and I'm like, let's see it. It's not the exact same one. I know you're supposed to match monitors and all that kind of stuff, but it was pretty close, and it is pretty close. So I got that, took it home, and then had 2 monitors set up, and I played a racing game on it, and having the bezel right in the middle of the screen annoyed me. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get a third one. So I went and bought a 3rd monitor just because I could at the time. So now I have 3 for full widescrreen. What is the official resolution? It's like 59 or 5780 by something or another. Well, that's gonna break if I do that. Hold on. I don't remember. Whatever 1920 times 3 is. You guys do the math. I just want to go to NVIDIA because I don't want to do that much effort. Screw it. 1920 times 3. It's 50 something. 5760 by 1080 is what my desktop resolution is. And my 970, even running 3 screens, I can run smooth 60 FPS on the majority of games. Like I said, I don't really play games all that much. Like, I'm not sitting here playing Battlefield 1 and all that. I'm usually playing R-Factor 2, sometimes Project Cars, Don't Starve, Ark, GTA 5, The Forest, Portal, because playing Portal 2 50 at different times is the best thing in the world. So it runs those games wonderfully. I wouldn't trust it playing, super high-end games, obviously, like the newer stuff, but for what I play, totally fine. It can run all 3 monitors nicely, so. Ooh, I'm just like reading the news right now. Oh yeah, people were talking. What am I doing? I was going to go to Steam to see what games I've been playing recently. Where's my thing? What's people saying? Paid $99 each for mine. Okay. My hobby budget was spent in 1 second, maybe 2. Let's see. Recent games that I've played. R-Factor 2. I played that a couple days ago. Human Resource Machine. That game is amazing if you guys like coding. Oh my god. If you enjoy any sort of programming or at least logical thinking like that, Human Resource Machine, get the game. It took me 7.5 hours to beat it, but it's amazing. Like, I can totally see how someone could spend 50 hours playing the game. So it's a good thing that I took programming classes before, because I was able to I need algorithms, I know how to do it. But yeah, it's an amazing game. Get it on Steam, get it on G2A, and it doesn't matter. G2A is kind of sketchy, but still, it's a really good game. City Skylines, I played recently. The Forest, and then G2A or GTA 5. Those are the only games that I've played recently. I haven't really been playing games all that much, so I will adult soon. Yeah, I have to adult tomorrow. Can I ask you something, but do not mind? Yeah, you can ask whatever. It's all good. I promise that I will more than likely answer to some degree, but it doesn't mean it's going to be truthful. I will answer your question, but I may or may not answer it in a sarcastic, completely inaccurate comment. That's not you. It's just that's how I answer things sometimes. Sometimes I really want to do that when I'm working, like either Folger Tech or at Lowe's. Sometimes I just want to just say the snarkiest thing, and I know I shouldn't. That genuinely happened one time. I was in Tools, and just sitting there doing whatever, and some guy walks up to me and he's like, "Excuse me, sir, do you sell tools here?" Like, if you've ever been to a Lowe's, there's a gigantic sign that says Tool Worlds right above me, like right above the area that I'm in, and I'm standing literally right in front of it. And I just go, "No, actually, we don't sell tools here at all. Sorry." And he's like, "Okay," and he just was like, "Oh, okay, thank you," and just left the store. Like, oh, that was. I don't know whether to feel bad or to laugh, because it was just kind of like, I had only been working there for maybe a month or two, so I wasn't really expecting, because we make those kind of, that's kind of like how we do. We try to be more of a personal, informal conversation with customers, just because it makes them feel better. At least for me, I try to be more conversational, like we're friends, not like, you're my customer and that's it. Like, so I'll make little jokes like that, and most people understand it. But I think it just went right over his head. And he's like, "Okay." That was funny. Did you see that you guitar behind you are yours? All the guitars that are there, all 15 of them, there's 15 there, are all mine, technically. One of them is technically owned by me and my dad, but all the rest of them are guitars that I've bought over the past couple of years. So yeah, they're all mine. Actually need to put this back. 5-string bass. Yeah. 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 I was recording something earlier today and I haven't put that back, so I wonder what that sounded like. I just had to go and play that back on the stream because I thought it was funny. Not being serious. What are you studying? I spent 8 years of my life paying for that. Do you give me a guitar? No, I can't give you a guitar. I mean, I'd let you play one, but assuming that you're, well, considering that you are thousands of miles away from me, I don't think that would work out. Engineering, probably mechanical engineering. Oh. The evilness exists. See, most people don't know this about me, but I'm not in school for engineering. I originally was. I went to, I did 2 years of college in engineering, and as much as I enjoyed it, college tests are hard, and my brain does not work when taking tests. So as much as as good as I was at it, calculus just murdered me. So I couldn't handle it. My brain just doesn't do that. My brain just does not, do the math very well. I'm good at math, but it just wouldn't work. So I'm not doing that anymore. Got out in November and hasn't done anything. He's in Cali and I'm in Oklahoma. I sleep in my sleep, a flourish. I wish I could sleep in my sleep. I think I have sleeping issues because I never have a good night's sleep. It's always crap. So takes practice. Come on, guys, ask me stuff. Ask me anything. Do whatever. You guys are being awesome. There's actually people watching them. It's pretty cool. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for interacting with me. I'm enjoying that. Anyone tried the new Marlin 1.1? I was going to do it earlier, but I didn't have time. I ended up going pawn shopping with a friend of mine, so that's what I was going to do. But yeah, I'm probably going to. I know someone already did, but I'm probably going to look into making an official Marlin 1.1 for the all the printers, because if it's a stable release, you might as well do it. Because we have the V3 for the FT5 is RC6, so it's still not. It's an RC. It's a release candidate. It's not a official release. So, I might want to. I think I'm gonna make them for 1.1 and send them out, so it'll be like a firmware upgrade. And if all the stuff that it comes with works, that'll be really cool. So I'll have to just mess with that and edit everything down. So because we don't want to put out, you don't want to put out, firmware with a bunch of extra stuff that's not necessary. Because people will find a way to break it. Is what I found. So Sleep Number, yeah, I don't have 10 grand, so. As much as I'd like one. They're amazingly comfortable. Oh my God. But, my bed that I'm currently on is old. The whole 8-year rule out the door. I got a big piece of foam on it that makes it really comfortable. So, how many kilos do you have? Whatever the least incriminating amount is. whatever the legal amount is. That's how many kilos of whatever substance you're talking about is. What do you think about the Aero? The Aero extruder, I'm assuming? I've never used it. I don't do mods like third-party mods to my printers. So like all my hot ends are stock, all my extruders are stock, all that crap. Like other than changing out a nozzle and the thermistor occasionally, everything's stock on all my printers and they work fine. So I think the whole upgrading, I think upgrading your extruders and hot ends like to what they already are, like a single extruder to a single extruder that's like a E3 or something like that, it's kind of pointless unless you really have a really crappy stock hot end. The ones that Folgertech stuff has are usually pretty decent. They work to some degree. Yes, you are getting a better quality thing with E3D stuff, but I wouldn't upgrade any of my hot ends unless I was putting like the diamond extruder on it, the three-way one, because that's adding functionality. That's not just, it's a better version of what I already had. It's like it's something different, and that's the only reason why I would upgrade anything. I require Tylenol PMs every night before I go to bed, otherwise it's staring at the ceiling. I've been doing that a lot recently, but not for like sleep issues. I've been not able to sleep, and my issue is usually not that I can't fall asleep. Sometimes it is, but not usually because I can't fall asleep, but because my mind just does things. I start thinking about something, and then I think about something else, and then I go through, and recent events have been doing that to me, so that sucks, but it's getting better. So I don't know, I'll be good. Is the CNC actually worth it? Would you rather have a second FT5 and CNC instead of trying to convert it back and forth? No, because that takes up a lot of space, and I don't have that kind of space. It takes like 10 minutes to convert back and forth. The initial setup is the hardest part, and I'll make a video about that eventually before the CNC gets released officially. It's very easy to switch back and forth once the initial setup is done. Once you have all the wires run and everything, it's really easy to switch it back and forth. I think it was like 30 minutes maybe to originally wire it, and then it's 5-10 minutes to go back and forth now, assuming you are competent. So I'll make a video about it. It's really easy. Of course, like my hot end and all that, I added my own quick connects to it to make it really easy. So my hot ends, like quick connects that it came with, I added a quick connect to the CNC motor. This is the CNC thing, by the way, since no one's seen it. This is the beta version, so it might be slightly different, but see, I added an XT60 connector, so it makes it real easy to just connect it right on to the hot end, or to the printer. So I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, it's really easy to convert it over. It's literally like 4 screws, pop out the motor, there's a fake, I have it somewhere around here. There's like a spacer thing that you put in. Oh, right here. This right here. This is a dummy motor. It's for spacing the thing correctly, and then tighten 4 screws, connect up the motor, and there you go. That's it. It's really nice. But the CMC, is it worth it? Depends on what you're doing. If you're doing small stuff, it works really well. Engraving PCBs, it works really well for doing that. It's a little bit more difficult because it's a 3D printer that's converted to a CNC. It's a little more difficult than like a dedicated CNC. But if you're doing small stuff, it'll be nice. If you want to do bigger things, bigger CNC work, all I can say is you may want to wait a little bit. That's all that I can say. Okay? No one go crazy about asking people. Just keep that in the back of your mind. Just if you want bigger CNC stuff, like an actual dedicated CNC machine kit or something like that, just wait a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean possibly months. So don't get all riled up. I'm just saying. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. What about Clash of Clans update? I've never played Clash of Clans. They have really funny commercials, and that's all that I can say about it. I don't play mobile games really. Amazon foam mattress, Signature Sleep. I've looked at those. Are they any good? The thing is with mattresses is I like a fairly firm mattress, but I don't like feeling the like springs and all that. Like my parents, their mattress is amazing, but it's like $400. They got it at Walmart or something. So it's like one of those foam ones, but it's like dense, but it's not too dense. It's weird. It's perfect though. It feels amazing. You are Big Show. I am not that big. I'm not as big as him. He's massive. I am 6'2" and 230 pounds roughly, depending on the time of the year. Getting the diamond on my FT5 for Father's Day. Nice. What I'm going to do is get the controller and stuff for the CNC head, but get a super beefed up motor so I can cut metal. Yeah, that would work as long as it's 12 volt. Unless you want to run some a different power supply or something like that, you can do that too. Yeah, you can. The controller works really well, and it's literally just the controller is wired to the power supply, and the controller is wired to the motor. That's literally all it is. Like it's really simple. Because the motor is not controlled by the MKS board at all. It's just controlled by the thing. So curious. I just bought the Titan Arrow and 713 mount, so looking for input whenever I can. Yeah, I haven't used any of it. I haven't used any of those. Sorry, I don't have any more information. Angel, what's up, buddy? Ask me questions. You're good at that. Remember back in the day when you were the only person watching my live streams? Those were the days. Angel's Tinkering Corner. The Tinkering Corner. Good friend of mine. Go subscribe to his channel. He's got cool stuff. 3D printers. Let's see. How do you finesse the thermistor when using the CNC? If you assembled the kit right, the way that they wanted you to, there's a quick connect at the fan, the thermistor, the fan and thermistor on like a 4-pin quick connect. So you just disconnect it, and then the whole hot end assembly just comes off. So you shouldn't break the thermistor. If I end up breaking the thermistor, I literally I've switched back and forth a number of times, and I haven't had the issue. But if I do, I have a bunch of thermistors just in case. So if I do break one, I'm good. But, you know. Oh. Do a lead screw upgrade if you want to do CNC on the 65 belts have a tendency to stretch under normal conditions. Yeah, well, I mean, the FT5, the lead screws that it comes with are pretty nice. I mean, unless you wanted to do direct drive lead screw. That's possible, but I don't think it's really necessary. I've been using it, and it works fine. The only thing is you don't use the end stops anymore, which is actually why I ended up switching the way that my end stops are mounted, because it works better for the CNC. Excuse me. Works better for the CNC attachment, because if you use the one where you use one of the CNC mount holes to control the end stop, it messes up when you go to put the CNC on. So that's why I swapped over to the dual end stop system and all that, and the mounts that I have that I'm using and all that. But yeah, when you use the CNC, you don't use the end stops anymore. You use purely you're just controlling it manually and setting the origin manually. So you have to do it that way. So it's pretty easy. So Angel, good evening, my king. Is the Hut End Edition ever going to see the light of day? I have no idea. If you want to know about that, you have to ask the Hut End. I have no information on that, like, at all. Like, I don't know anything about that except for stuff that they've announced. That's their thing. It's all done through them. So, would you get another FT5 or go a different printer on Folger's product line if you're going to get into preview? Depends on what I was doing. If I was going into full production mode or something like that, I'd probably get another FT5 because it's just a faster printer. It's a nicer printer. It prints better. It's better quality than the other ones at a higher speed and all that. Plus, if you're making, like tokens or something like that, you can print a lot more because the thing's bigger. But if I were to just buy another one for the fun of it, I'd probably buy another 2020, the Prusa 2020, because it's such a simple printer and yet it works so well. I always am praising the 2020 just because it's so simple. It's a 5-hour build and it's so nice. You can get close to FT5 quality prints, for less than half the price or about half the price. You can't quite print as fast on it, but the quality is amazing. Especially if you print slower. If you print like 40, 50 millimeters a second, it's just as good quality-wise. I love that printer so much. I just haven't really been using it because the FT5's here. And, although when I do get orders for things, if I get I need 100 pieces of this thing, then I'll use all my printers. I'll use the Cloner, I'll use the Prusa, I'll use the FT5, and even the Kossel if I need to. If I need to make a whole bunch of stuff real quick in different colors, I'll do that, and it's nice. So, yeah, the 3-in-1 diamond hot end is really cool. How's the weather down here? It's hot. It was like 94 or something today, and then I was at my friend's house, and I get a notification on my phone. It's like severe weather approaching, and I'm like, oh crap, I gotta go home because I don't have any back tires. There's no tread on my back tires. I don't want to drive in the rain. And then it never rained. I was like, literally the ponds in my neighborhood are like almost completely empty. The fish are dying. It's awful. And we just need rain, and it didn't rain. So that was annoying. I don't want to sound mad, but why did the CNC take so long if it's just the motor attached to a power supply? That's a great question. I wish I could. I don't have any sort of control over any of that stuff, like the logistics of it. It might be, getting the manpower to be able to assemble the kits or getting a good supplier for the motors or the things. Because it does have this big 3D printed part. You kind of also have to build up a decent stock of the 3D printed part. So we've also been trying to, make sure that the guide is decent. The guide's been worked on. I started the guide and I worked... I set up the basis of the design of the build guide for it, or the assembly guide and user guide for it, and then I did all the majority of it, and then they have another guy there that's doing the rest of it. He's finishing it up and getting it proper and all that, and setting up the firmware. The firmware is the biggest issue, or not the firmware, but the software is the biggest issue because it's not very easy. So we're trying to make it to where the worst thing we want to do is these go out and then people are messaging us continually. I don't know how to use it. How do we use it? I'm having these problems. That would be terrible. So we're trying to make sure everything's good to begin with, so there won't be any issues. So, but it was never set in stone to when it was going to be released. It was just, there was always setbacks or something would happen. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not in there when it comes to the management side of it, or where the I'm just told things for the most part. I don't know what's been holding it back other than trying to make sure the guide's decent. But when you're literally a company that has like 1 or 2 people doing that kind of thing, it's hard. We're not like a Monoprice where they can have a team of engineers writing a build guide for something and do it in a couple days. It's literally just me or the one other guy, and that's it. And he does plenty of other things too, and I have other things I have to do, so it's hard to dedicate a lot of time to doing that. But it will come. It's definitely coming soon. It's a lot sooner than it was. But yeah, it'll come. You just got to be patient. And I understand there's been a number of people who are like, they want it now, and I understand, completely understand your frustration. I really do. But, I'd rather it come out and be decent than come out and be a piece of crap. So, yeah, Philip, there's a number of people that help out like with the build guides, the community members. Philip, or any of even people who aren't like admins or moderators on the Folger Tech group that do a lot of work or a lot of help for Folger Tech. Like a lot of the build guides, a lot of the recent updates to the build guides have been community based. Like Folger Tech hasn't really done those. It's been community done, which is really nice. To have that kind of help, that kind of group of people who are able to help us when we need it. Because if it was all left up to me or, just the people who are there, it's literally a company that's like, 10 people or less, so it's the amount of stuff that we do is amazing for the amount of people that we actually have. Like, I've had more manpower helping me move, like just like move house than, what Folger Tech has sometimes. And I don't know the final head count of how many people are actually working for them, because it does change. They've added a bunch of new positions and all that, because they're getting more and more and more orders. So it's pretty, I think it's interesting to see. So it'll get better. Like I said, small company, it's hard to do everything as quickly as possible, but it'll get better. I hope you guys know what that was. Hashtag Rick and Morty, the best TV show ever. Hold on. There we go. Someone on the Folger Tech page that wants, yeah, you can attach a laser to it. It'd be cool. Yeah, I think Philip, I agree with that as well. The whole, I mean, granted, as long as you're using a shop vac, it doesn't make a lot of dust with the FT5 CNC. It doesn't. It's actually pretty nice. It doesn't have that much dust going on. But I can see how you'd want, it should be a separate machine. And like I said, there's plans for bigger things. There's bigger plans ahead, which I'm excited about. That'd be cool. So, yeah, it's one of those things that, I have to take the FT5 outside or not outside, but on the back porch whenever I run the CNC, like if I'm doing wood or something like that, because I just don't want it to make a mess. But like I said, if you're running a shop vac or the little bristles that it's supposed to have, it's pretty neat. It doesn't leave that much dust everywhere. So it also depends on the material that you're cutting into as well. So ba-ba-da-ba-da. I would also make it its own machine. Yeah, this is the biggest thing. There's just people who are really excited to see, like the attachment for the FT5, and then there's the other people who are like, it should be its own separate machine. Which, like I said, give it time. Something might come. So, which would be cool. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. I think we're coming up on an hour and a half for this stream, so I might be killing it at an hour and 30 minutes. So that'll be 2 or 3 more minutes, guys. So if you will have any final questions, ask them now, and then we'll be killing the stream. Thank you guys for all joining. It's been a nice little conversation back and forth. So thank you guys for watching. My plan is to build a 12 by 24 CNC out of a bunch of 20. Yeah, that would work. That was my idea too. I just don't have a good source for 2020 or 8020 or any of that really, other than going through Folger Tech, which I could do, but when are you going to cut your hair, hippie? Eventually, soon. I will. I promise. I promise. I will. Probably not soon. I don't know. I was thinking about doing that. I've been saying I'm going to cut my hair for a while. I just haven't, I just haven't done it. I've had long hair. It's like past my shoulder. It's around my shoulder blades now, but I always have it tied up. I've been saying, oh, I'm gonna cut it, and then recently I'm like, you know what? I should probably just cut it because, why not? But just haven't done it yet. I don't know what I'm gonna look like. I haven't had short hair since like 7th grade, so I don't know if I'm gonna look weird or what. But pineapple on pizza or nah? I like pineapple. I like pizza. I've never had it on pizza, so I can't honestly say. I think it probably would taste good. I don't know. But I really, I've honestly never had pineapple on pizza, so I don't know if I can't definitively say it's terrible or it's amazing. So, what's up, everyone? Why is everyone showing up right at the end of the stream? Okay, fine. I'll stay a little bit longer. Guys, ask questions if you want to ask me anything, because the end of the stream is coming up eventually. So, I hate to, like, you guys just now getting here and then all of a sudden I'm leaving. So, don't let anyone push you. I had my hair done on my ass in high school. It's not that I've, people want me to. There's nothing stopping me from having long hair. Much more reasonable hour of the day for the stream. Yeah, I was like, I should probably do it now if I'm going to do it. Just because people are still awake. So. Can't grow it back anymore. Did you shout out your new album? No, I didn't, but thanks for reminding me. If you guys are interested in any sort of death metal or metal music in general, my band released an album. Go ahead. It's on YouTube. Acidulous is the band name, and Disorder is the album name. The full album's up on YouTube, and it's on iTunes, and it's on Spotify, and it's on Amazon, and all that kind of crap. So, Acidulous, Acidulous. Disorder is the album. So if you want to listen to that, it was all done in my bedroom over a year period or so. I'm not a professional, but I think it sounds pretty good. So if you're into that kind of thing, go check it out. What's your opinion on the Trump-Russia thing? I'm pretty sure you asked me that last week. Or someone did. I think there should be at least an investigation. Wouldn't you think? Even if there's actually nothing, even if nothing was done that was wrong, I think there should be an investigation. But that's just me. Acidulous, Acidulous. Close enough. Just that and this acidulous band or acidulous, whatever. So it's just Disorder. Disorder is the album thing. I made the picture. It's actually me. The album cover is me. It's a 10-second exposure of me turning my head, because trying to go for the whole, weird head going thing. Like disorders. There's a lot of songs about mental disorders on it. So, who is playing lead? Depends on what you mean by that. I play guitar. I do have some vocals in it too. Clean vocals are pretty much all me. Lower death growls are me. And then my friend, he plays bass and does the majority of the lead vocals. And then drums are completely programmed because we don't have a drummer, nor do we have the capability of doing that easily. So the opening track, if you mean lead guitar or me, I play all the guitars. All the guitars, any keyboards, clean vocals, choir vocals, anything, that's all me. And the writing credits are split pretty evenly too. Everyone's like linking my album now. It's not the best quality. It wasn't done in a professional studio. It was done literally in my bedroom, but I think it's pretty decent for, being done in my bedroom. So I really can't complain. I didn't know you could post links either. I thought you weren't able to. Maybe you can't have like the HTTP S at the beginning or something like that. But I know there's a way I can stop that from happening, but yeah, it's fine. You guys aren't posting anything nefarious or anything, so yeah. That whole album is it's fairly split between written by me, or some of the songs. Some of the music was written by me, some of the lyrics were written by me, some both, and then my friend Chris, he did, the other half of it. So it depends on what it is. All the Disorder songs, like about disorders, he wrote all the lyrics for those. I had fun making it though. I don't make music to like. I write music purely for my own enjoyment. I don't really make it like with the intention of, putting it out there and like letting people become fans and play shows and become a millionaire. Like I just do it because I enjoy it. Like if it never sees the light of day, if 4 people watch it, it's fine. It doesn't matter to me. If you really like it, like I said, it's on iTunes, it's on Amazon, it's on those sites. If it's on Spotify, add it to your playlist on Spotify. So I try. It's like I said, it's not the best, but it's pretty decent for what it is, I guess. Da, da, da. Sounds good for the first 16 seconds. Thank you. Those first 16 seconds are we put that song on there for that first song as the first song for a reason, because it's like a really intense. So gets you excited, gets you going. So I don't like my vocals, but whatever. You flying that drone? I do fly it occasionally. I haven't recorded any video of it with it. I just kind of fly it around for funsies. A friend of mine from work, he's got a different drone. It's not the DJI, it's some other one. We were thinking about going out to some field somewhere out around where I live and flying around. So force times distance. Work, technically. That was the joke. Whenever Chris and I refer to the song, we refer to it as work because that was its original title. And I'm like, why don't we name it like force times distance, and then the song be about work? But it's not actually about like work, the physics concept. It's about like working, like going to work and how shitty it is. So I just thought that was a really cheeky thing because, our next album is going to be a concept album. Completely, it's all about math. Literally, everything's going to be about some sort of math or science concepts. Because the majority of that album has something to do with, disorders, mental disorders. The song Inverse Perception, I wrote that, and it's about. I was like, what would be going through someone's mind if they were high staring at a lava lamp? And that's how I wrote Inverse Perception. And then the other songs are about mental disorders and stuff like that. So, it's got a lot to do with your mind. So the next album we're going to make is going to be all about math. So the first song we're working on right now is called Integration by Parts. Actually, I think the original demo for it is on that channel. Anything that's on that our Acidulous, that channel, anything that's like not released this last album or before are all demos from years ago. If you can go all the way back to the first video, and it's awful. If you want to hear some really shitty music, go to like our original songs like back in like 2011, 2012. Oh my god, they're awful. They embarrass me. But that's what it was like back in the day when we were in 10th grade, just making music literally with like a USB microphone held up to a guitar amp, and me and him not knowing how to play instruments or sing or anything. So, sounds pretty close to old mid to late 80s metal. Yeah, that's some inspiration. That's kind of the inspiration. It's kind of the inspiration that we have going. So that's what I enjoy, at least. Eventually I'll get better at mixing and making it better quality, You know, because I see all these guys who are doing stuff from their bedroom, and I'm like, how does it sound so good? But they're also, you know, using plugins that cost stupid amounts of money. I do everything for free. Real Metallica, not this fake sellout stuff. All right, everyone. You have 2 minutes to ask any final questions, and I'll answer those, and then I'm going to go. So anything else you want to ask, anything else you want to say, any other comments, concerns, or otherwise, let me know now. Go, 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 go. And then I'm going to end the stream, and we're all going to go on our merry way. Da, 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 da. Yeah, Phil, go actually work instead of just watching YouTube. Come on now. Da, da, da. Anyone at all? Anything? Just gonna browse through Facebook while you guys are typing your stuff, and then have to test our network. Make sure it's running at all the speeds. It's funny, whenever something goes wrong at Lowe's, they usually just come find me. They're like, hey, no, something's not working. Because they have like the IT thing that they can call, but those guys are useless sometimes. So I'm just like, oh, I got it. Usually just fix it. That's always fun. So I guess no one has anything else to say. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. And I hope this stream was slightly, entertaining for you guys to some degree. New video is going out tomorrow. 8 a.m. I think, Friday. I think, new video is going out tomorrow. So there will be a video. Go ahead and wait for that. So, yes. Are you going to any Maker Faire? I don't have any plans to. Maybe the Orlando Maker Faire when it comes around here. If not, if I'm lucky, I might be able to figure out the New York Maker Faire, the World Maker Faire. I just got to look into, traveling there and all that kind of stuff and getting the days off for work and all that, which it should be possible now. So I'll look into that. There'll be announcements if I do anything, but I don't have any plans for it right now. So. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening and the rest of the days until I see you next. So, if I do another live stream, it'll be probably next Thursday at some point in time. If I decide on a set time, I'll put up a thing more than likely before. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this wonderful video, and I'm going to go now. It's been an hour and 42 minutes. So, till the next video, I will see you guys later. Bye, everyone. Gotta click stop stream now. All right. Bye, everyone.